Okay, let's move further with our course and let's continue with a question that I asked you in the first lecture. So if we have to perform action on a web page, then we know that we will open a browser and then we will navigate to that website. And we know how to do that using Selenium WebDriver. Now, the only thing that is remaining is to perform that action, right? Suppose I want to open google.com and in google.com, I want to search anything. So searching is my action, right? So to search in this google.com, what I have to do is I have to first identify this input box. What do I mean by that? See, when you navigate to a web page, then there are lot of elements present on a web page, right? For example, these about is, let's see what this about is, right? If we inspect this about button, then it is an anchor tag, right? Similarly, this sign in button, it is also an anchor tag. This image is also an anchor tag. Gmail is also an anchor tag. If you will go to I'm feeling lucky, then this is of type input. So there are various elements of various type on a web page. So you have to uniquely identify an element. So if you have to perform an action, then you have to uniquely identify an element on which you will perform action. And why I am saying that we have to uniquely identify an element, let's see that. This input box is actually a text area and there is only one text area on this page. So if I tell driver that, okay, please enter something in text area, then it know that, okay, there is only one text area, then I can enter whatever I want to search on the web page. But suppose if there are two text area on the page, so I want you to head over to sourcedemo.com. Here you can see that there are two input box, username and password. So if I have to enter username, then I have to uniquely identify this username input box. I cannot just simply tell that, okay, Selenium, please enter username in input box. There are chances that Selenium may enter username in this password input box, right? Because we have not uniquely identified that element. So you have to remember that performing any action on a page is a two-step process. What is that two-step process? First, you need to identify that element. And the second step is perform the desired action you want. Again, I will repeat. To perform any action on a page, we generally follow two steps. We first need to identify that element, and after identifying, we perform the action that we want. So the question is how we can uniquely identify the element. To uniquely identify the element, we have thing called locators provided by Selenium. Locators in Selenium help us to uniquely identify element on a web page. There are 8 types of locator in Selenium, and their name are ID locator, name locator, class name locator, tag name locator, link text locator, partial link text locator, CSS selectors, and XPath. I will write those locators here as well for your ease. The first one is ID locator, the second one is name locator, the third one is class name locator, and we have link text tag name locator, tag name locator, then we have link text locator, then after we have partial link text locator, and then we have CSS selector, and the last one is XPath locator. So using these locators, we can uniquely identify an element on a web page. We will see about each type of locator in a separate video, but You have to remember that there are 8 types of locators that help us to uniquely identify an element on a web page.